The breakfast show. We're going to be talking about the soccer match or the football match that's going to be taking place today in Burj Al Arab, Alexandria. The match is going to be played between Egypt's Zamalek team and Sundowns from South Africa. All our best wishes for our Egyptian team. And on this issue, we're delighted to be joined here at the studio by Mr. Mohamed Mosbah, sports critic. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mosbah. And first of all, for people who are a little bit ignorant about sports, if you can elaborate on this tournament and how did it started, how do you observe it this year?
Actually, it's interesting today because we are in the spot. Everybody in the world is now watching us, at least today, because we are talking about one of the most important matches in Africa. For this year. Zamalek against Sundowns, a lot of people are talking about it globally, not Egypt only. And it's good chance for us in Egypt to show our pretty face. That's what I would like to say. We will come to the, I don't like to say technical part, but the technical part of the match, how we can score and do that. But the most important part that if we didn't gain, we don't need to lose a lot. This is our strategy of handling this match. What I mean here is that first match against Sundowns was tough for us because 3-0 against Zamalek, it's not a good score at all. And I don't like to go on that. This has happened already. So we are in critical situation in terms of winning the cup itself. But in terms of having a good image, it's very important. It's announced that the official number, 40,000, and yesterday they announced 10,000 more. That's mean maybe. I can say that the people will attend today from 70 to 80,000. How? Don't ask me this quickly because simply this will be the reality today. The official number can attend, as I remember, is 78,000. That's mean it will be full. Before we go in this point, the Zamalek team need to understand the rules. They need to give the ticket, they need to take care of the VIP people because they're responsible of organizing the match under CAF umbrella. So they need to take care of the details of the match itself because everybody's seeing us. A lot of senior people will be attending, and this is something need to be considered. So our image for the match itself is very important because a lot of international channels and magazines are talking about that. Second, we'll go to the most important part for the safety for the people.
The security of the match, and this was going to be my next question. What are your expectations for securing this match? Around 80,000 people will attend.
Yeah, this is very important question because there is a lot of studies about the philosophy of dealing with a huge number of fans. There is a philosophy of doing that because sometimes you do wrong and there is a law. But if we treated them wrong, a clash will be happening. We don't need this to be happen. We need it smooth as much as we can. We need the preparation for the match to start very early. It should be now. Because very simple, the number is huge. Who's carrying a ticket? Do we have a fake tickets? I hear there's a lot of fake tickets. This is the reality, yeah. So do we have a scan bar for that? Do we have such type of equipment? In a second, like we are seeing it all over the world, in a second you can check your ticket even through the mobile, if you are passing by the code. All those questions need to be. We don't have actually through the mobile because we don't have electronic ticket, and this is something we talked about. Before we start the discussion, we're talking about the way ticket distributed. Whatever we agree or disagree, but we should have a systematic way to do that. All of that are changing in the sports. Everything is changing. It's very easy to get your ticket through online in a second. If you're talking about safety and security is very important here because it's required for the country itself, it's very easy to recognize who doing what, where in the playground itself. Because if you are using the cam, you'll know who is this person in the seat. Who booked the ticket? There's a question, even if it's not attending. That means we talk about that a lot. It's very simple. Website can solve those issues. And because we have experience in dealing with that in different countries.
Exactly. That was going to be my second question. I mean, how long have we been experiencing, sad incidents concerning tickets and matches and tournaments and all the accidents that were associated by that? And while we can see successful, the biggest leading countries in sports in the world of soccer in
Yeah.
particular, like the United Kingdom, Liverpool.
Yes.
They had rights
Yes.
in matches, and they're very famous and popular, even more than us, sad instance. But they always control it. I mean, they know what they can do. Especially that people I mean, are very strict when it comes to soccer sports in Liverpool, I mean, and parts of England. Also in Italy, in Spain, in France.
That's true.
So why in Egypt are we stuck with this problem? Why can't we look to the people in Liverpool, especially if they're very similar to us?
To be honest, you're exactly right. The fans in maybe in Europe is, I can say, more tougher in Egypt. They're very aggressive.
More
And,
dangerous than
in
here.
Russia last time, you can say.
Especially that they have teenagers.
Yeah, it's teenagers is I can say the most population from the fans coming from
Under
teenagers.
the age.
Yeah, in the football. The technology, we are seeing that a lot. We still treating the football and the sports in Egypt, it's like in something sweet, something just light to do. It's not like that. It's industry. When I'm talking about industry, I'm talking about money, investment, technology, innovations. Everywhere actually in the world, very simple techniques and very simple technology by creating a website. And this website, very simple, you have access for all seats, every with price, you can select it. This is the point, to select it. You need to add your ID or passport number, sometimes you need to attach your picture, sometimes you need to, whatever required. For security reason, do whatever required, and then you pay online by credit card, and most of the people now have credit card. Everybody now paying the home bills, telephone bills, and all that through online. So, and it's not something tough to do. And then after you do that, you print your ticket. You don't need to receive a message on your mobile, then you can scan it on the stadium entry gate, and then you can go in. Life is more simple. It takes a second. I don't like to mention example. Even in a country that's close to us in terms of culture, they're doing it now. Last time I was in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, so I'm not talking even about Europe. They just implemented that. Why? It's not real in Egypt for a different reason. Because sometimes the people, they have an interest in that. I can say there is a black market, sometimes they require that. There's a kind of benefit. Usually there is a reason for that. But to apply it, it's easy. And there's a lot of organization doing it. I just need to say today, and this is very important because it's final match. I hope the organizer for this match to be cautious, because anything will happen today will be a critical, especially for the country goal, because this is our image. We need a mature people to deal with such. I can't forget that in Egypt is the only country in the last 3 years that we lost like 90% in football stadium, so which is not normal. We need to avoid that. We need to take it. Huge number are going. They have dreams. They have hobbies. They have habits. So we need to treat them in a mature way. This is the way, actually, or the word I should use for that. Yeah.
Right. Since this is the final of the African Champions League, what are your expectations for the performance of both Zamalek and Sundown during this particular match?
In the first match, Zamalek game or strategy was high risk. It didn't work well. This is the point. Most important today that we are playing smart. Playing smart here that we need to prepare the people for that. We need at least 3 goals. Against Sundowns, it's not easy, but it can be happen. This is the point. Most important point that we should have strong defenders, because only 1 goal from Sundowns will make our life is very tough. That's to score 5. Which is in football is not normal or easy against strong teams. So
if they score 3, we have to score 4, I think.
no, 5, because 4 for the CAF regulation, that means they're winner. If you score here 1 goal, that means equal to 2. That means if you're the other side, if you're playing in the other country, that means it's 2. So if they scored 1, that means we should score 5. This is the point. Even if it's 4-1, they will win the cup. This is the point. So very important. And for sure, what I'm saying is well known for everybody in Zamalek, but how to apply that? Yeah, I can understand they need to score goals, but I can say it's a start from the pack. If they have a good defender and we didn't receive any goals, so our job is more easier. If we receive the goal, it will be very tough because we need to score 5. It's something that's very important. Those players, For a long time, they didn't play in front of fans and audience in the stadium, because you know the system in Egypt not allowing now for the fans to be in. So there's a kind of psychology treatment. This is something that's very important for those people. Like you watch 80,000, long time back, I can say 4 years, they didn't walk down. They didn't feel such type of feeling. So in emotional intelligence, it's very important to don't be very hot or very cold. You need to be in the normal mood to perform, because they expected a very hot mood, because you need to make those people happy. Such type of treatment is very important in sports and football. Till now, actually, in Egypt, reach this point, because we are not considering the psychological part in the sport is important, while it's very important. They need such type of treatment. And there is a lot of technology. They need to be trained in such environment, using sound systems sometimes. I tried that overseas, and I saw this by myself, that the people making a sound system, like there's a fans, because tomorrow you will face fans. I need to see your performance in this, under this stress and under this type, because fans is positive and negative, they're creating stress as well.
Do they apply that here?
No, at all. This is the point that I'm saying, that this is something need to be treated. What I'm saying, that we need to have defenders and all that is not for anybody in Egypt or for any person understanding football. But the most important part is the solutions to apply that. To apply that, it's very simple. The technology in applying that, the system to apply that. I'm just giving an experience from overseas, what they're doing in that and how they succeed in doing this. And this is actually how, because in the first match, they didn't plan well. Very high risk in the final match. And we reached this point. 4, I can say, clear strikers in a match against a very strong team. So what do you expect? They will fight against you. Even when you go to, I can say, the speeches between the two coaches, they're smart. They're taking us to their zone. They're smart in making speeches and giving a kind of motivational quotes to their teams. They are smart at that.
But how do you justify that does not happen when we are paying a lot of money, importing coaches and importing trainers, and you know we are giving it a great deal of attention, and nothing is applied. Even the least of what you're saying is not applied.
Because very simple, in Egypt, we are not using the science in doing that. This is, we're just saying...
Whose job is it?
First is the laws. We don't have the law to support that,
Okay.
which is something is important. Second, we miss something is very important in Egypt. We are thinking that the people playing football well, they can manage the sports or the football. This is wrong. I can say the chairman of FIFA now, he's a lawyer. He never played football. And the previous chairman of the CEO, for 20 or 25 years, he was not a player. He was a lawyer as well. So those people managing FIFA, managing the football in the world, billion dollars. So in Egypt, we're thinking that people who are playing football, they should go direct to the management. It's not like that. Management is something is different. I can manage while I don't have experience. Maybe you can be a good coach because it's required a technical knowledge, experience in the field. But I'm talking about sports and strategy and psychology.
The industry itself.
The industry itself, no, it's not required at all to do that. And actually, this is what applies. Mourinho didn't play football before. This is just an example. And he's one of the best coaches ever in the world now. So now it's telling Egypt that the people going from the field or from the playground direct to the management.
No, it's a business more than a sport.
Exactly.
When it comes to management, managing big tournaments and so on.
Yes, it's business.
Right. Mr. Mohamed Mosbah, sports critic, many thanks for joining us.
Thanks
and
a
of
lot.
course, all our best wishes once again to our team today.
Thanks a lot.
And I guess this brings us to the end of this edition of The Breakfast Show. My name is Dina Hussein. I had all the pleasure to have with me Niveen Ramzi as my Sunday morning partner. Many thanks to Mr. Mosbah for this beautiful morning. And until we see you again tomorrow, that's it. Bye.